Good afternoon, 2 o'clock on your Friday afternoon. I'm Tracye Hutchins with Atlanta News First Plus. Hope you're having a good day and you're ready for the weekend as well. We're talking about today's top stories. Let's get to this one, and really this should be alarming for anyone who may be on any of those dating apps out there. I know this time of year, Valentine's Day, certainly a lot of people are looking for love. Well, that turned out to be looking for love in kind of the wrong places, if you will. Want to show you this story that's happening right now. Police actually arrested this man, a young man. This is video of him being arrested and taken to jail. They say he was using dating apps to target and rob victims in Metro Atlanta. Police tell us he was using the dating app Grindr to find his victims, then meet them along Old National Highway and then rob them at gunpoint. So this was all part of a string of robberies in South Fulton that police issued a warning about. So you see them taking that man into custody. And the thing is, these would happen again along Old National Highway, a place where clearly police say the suspect knew very well, but the victims did not. So it was easy for the suspect to kind of get in and out and rob these people at gunpoint because they were not very familiar with that area at all. So police say certainly when you're on dating apps and you meet up with someone, use caution when you do that. And kind of like when you're buying from someone online and you meet up to have that transaction, go ahead and do that in a place, say in a police parking lot, someplace where other people around, not where you are by yourself at all. All right, some other stories we're getting to at this hour. This one, certainly if you're on Atlanta roadways, you understand how difficult it can be to navigate in and around very large trucks. I know when I'm on the freeway, I try and get out from around those trucks as much as I can. Certainly don't want to be squeezed in by them. There's a push to allow semi-trucks to carry more weight on state roads. So the upside of this would be it could keep prices down because they could carry more weight, of course, transport more products to the stores, and that would have a trickle-down effect on us. But the thing is, critics worry this is not a good idea. So we're talking about the weight limit on these semi-trucks here. In Georgia right now, that weight limit, 8,000 pounds. This new bill would increase that limit to 90,000 pounds on all roads except for interstate. So really increase it by tenfold. So the idea for House Bill 189 came around when Governor Brian Kemp issued an executive order to let truck drivers carry more during a state of emergency and during supply chain issues, which obviously we ran into during the pandemic. But now they're looking at extending that and, of course, allowing trucks to carry more weight. The downside of that is the heavier the truck is, the faster it can go downhill, and of course the longer it will take for it to slow down when it has that much weight behind it. So there certainly are a lot of people who are concerned about just how much those trucks will weigh, and when they're weaving in and out of traffic. And of course we know here in Georgia and Metro Atlanta, on the roads it can be very difficult. Some roads are very confusing to get on and off of. So just imagine a heavy truck trying to stop or get over to the right to get on an exit. That can be very difficult for them to do. All right. SweetWater 420. Have you been to this festival? It is a really good one. Here's the thing, it's not going to be at Centennial Olympic Park this year. SweetWater Brewing Company, they say their 420 festival will be at the brewery on Otley Drive. If you've been in that area, the brewery is very, very nice. It's a great facility, not as big as Centennial Olympic Park. Festival has been at the park since 2014, but the Atlanta City Council says that the festival moving because musicians just don't feel safe performing where guns are allowed. Music Midtown, you may recall, was canceled last August for similar safety concerns as well. Right now, Georgia law forbids gun restrictions on public land, so people can carry a gun with them. So again, that was the issue with Music Midtown. That was going to be the issue with SweetWater 420 Festival, but SweetWater Brewing said, you know what, we're just going to have this on our own property, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, the problem is we certainly have more festivals coming to the metro area, and Atlanta City Council President Doug Shipman tells Atlanta News First, he says, you know, this just doesn't impact us here in Atlanta. We're talking about all across the states where festivals come in and bring a lot of money, bring a lot of revenue in places like Columbus, Savannah, Athens, and Macon. All those individual cities that have their own festivals, you know, a lot of big entities could start looking at maybe not having them there or having them on their own private property instead. So certainly we have something like Shaky Knees coming up. That's being held on public land. So the city council president says hopefully we can really find a solution to this, and any changes that need to happen, those would have to happen at the state level, because certainly there are a lot of businesses and festival organizers who are very worried about having weapons at their festivals. All right, so it is summertime. Maybe you have a little one getting ready to look for a job, a teenager at home, or maybe you want to make a little extra money. A lot of places are hiring right now, and this one you really need to love some animals. We're talking about Zoo Atlanta. They are hiring, so they tell us, they're looking for people who know how to handle cash, of course, be a cashier, customer service, if you have that know-how. That way you can earn a little bit extra money. Down on that one. You can earn a little bit extra money on your downtime. And they're certainly looking for a lot of people to fill positions. They have about 40 positions to fill, and they held a hiring fair this week, but they still need more people. So certainly if you love visiting Zoo Atlanta, if you love going there, they're looking for friendly teammates who would love to come in and earn a little bit extra money, and know that you're doing some good as well. I've been to Zoo Atlanta many times. I can tell you the gorillas there, I love sitting and watching the gorillas. They have the largest family of lowland gorillas in North America. That is one of the cool things about Zoo Atlanta, and you know, it's a great place to take the kids. They have a lot of festivals throughout the year. Of course, Boo at the Zoo during Halloween, and summertime they get pretty full. A lot of families go out there, bring their lunch, have the kids with them throughout the afternoon. Really a good time. So if you're looking for a little extra money, or maybe you have a teenager at home or someone in school and they can go out into work, Zoo Atlanta might be a great option for them. All right. Here in Atlanta, we know folks love Chick-fil-A. This one I thought was kind of surprising, but goes along with the trend here. A lot of people are looking at the vegan trends, of course, meat alternatives. This one I thought was interesting. Not sure I would try it, but maybe you will. How appetizing does that look? So Chick-fil-A is launching something brand new. Can you guess what this is? It's cauliflower. It doesn't really look like it, does it? It actually looks like a regular old chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. So they are branching out here. So starting Monday, next week, people will be able to buy the first ever Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich. This is only for a limited time here. So how they made this cauliflower so tasty, or what we expect is pretty tasty, it's a filet cut of cauliflower. They marinate it, bread it in Chick-fil-A seasoning. That's why it looks just like a piece of Chick-fil-A chicken there. Then pressure cook it, and then they serve it on a bun with pickles. So there you go. I don't know about you, I've had cauliflower rice. That's actually pretty good, and a good rice alternative too. So the thing about this promotion though, it will only be offered in Denver. I don't know why they didn't really kind of start it here. Charleston and Greensboro, North Carolina. So in South Carolina, North Carolina, and in Denver, Colorado. I think they might need to launch a little mushroom burger alongside that cauliflower burger as well. All right, so we do have the news coming up in about 50 minutes on Atlanta News First. I'll be on the newscast at 3 o'clock, so make sure you join me for that. Hope you go out and have a great weekend. Want to give you a little quick look right now because I think this is kind of cool. This is State Farm Stadium out in Glendale, Arizona. Of course, they are out there prepping for the Super Bowl. We've done a number of stories. They have a lot of security out there as well. Halftime performance by Rihanna, a big matchup. First time two black quarterbacks will be going head to head in a Super Bowl. First time two brothers on opposing teams will be going head to head in a Super Bowl. So a lot of people looking forward to that coming up this weekend. So certainly hope you will join us coming up on the news at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, I want to give you a live look outside. This is over Midtown Atlanta. You know what? We are checking in with our first alert meteorologists because they tell us over the weekend someone might just see some snow on Sunday in some parts of North Georgia. That could be interesting to see. We'll see when that happens and who that could impact. But I tell you what, the temperature is kind of a little dicey out there today. Certainly cooler than it has been earlier this week. But we are working with our First Alert team of meteorologists, and they will have the very latest for us coming up on Atlanta News First at 3 o'clock. We'll see you then. I'm Tracye Hutchins.